Hi, how's it going? Matt here, welcome back to SuperCard. Today what I'm going to be doing is showing you how I built the wheels for the Gallardo. Now, building wheels out of cardboard and foam board, etc. was a little bit of a design challenge, but in the end I came up with a solution that I think worked really well. And I based the design of the wheels on a Strasse SV5, which is like a forged monoblock wheel in real life. And I built two versions. One was like an all black version and another version that had like a gold lip around the barrel. So yeah, let's get stuck into the footage and I'll show you how I built the wheels. And yeah, let's go. Alright, so first I'll give you a quick look over my Adobe Illustrator file that I've made for the wheels. And the parts are all documented over a number of separate pages. I've also included some notes about how many copies I need to make of each part and what materials the part should be cut from. I'm going to use my Cricut cutting machine to cut out some of the face details for the wheels, like this part and this part. I'll set those up in their own separate template file ready for cutting. The rest I'll cut by hand. So here's my Cricut cutting machine cutting out the face details for one of the wheels. It's cutting them from a sheet of shiny black foil board. Unfortunately, this machine can't cut the foam board or the heavy black card that I use for many of the parts for this build, so I have to cut most of the parts by hand still. But for detailed parts like these, which are made from thinner foil board or thinner card, the cutting machine does a super fast and accurate job and saves me a lot of effort and time. This piece contains the tyre sidewall detail, and I'll use the cutting machine for that too. Then I'll carry on cutting out all the rest of the wheel parts by hand from their various materials. Here's a look at all the parts for one wheel, ready to be assembled. I'll make 4 separate sets of these for the car, of course, but for now I'll show you the process for assembling one of the 4 wheels for the Gallardo. I'll start by curling up 2 strips of heavy black poster board. Then I'll glue them together, offset so that one end of one is roughly halfway down the other strip. Fold-up clips are useful to hold them tightly while the glue dries. Once the end where I've glued them is dried, I can go ahead and apply glue to the rest of the top surface of the lower strip. Now this is the tricky part. I need to bend the inner strip around into a circle or cylinder, making sure that the ends meet. Then I need to bend the other outer strip around that, making sure the two strips make good contact all the way around. This makes a really strong cylinder which represents the outer surface of the tyre. Now I can start to put the tyre wall and barrel lip assembly together, and this consists of several rings that I've cut from 5mm thick foam core board. Once the glue is dry, I can insert them into the tyre cylinder that I made just before as a single unit. The fit is pretty tight, but I'll also add some glue to the inside where the two parts meet. Now the two assemblies just form one strong single unit. Next I can start assembling the face of the wheel, and I'll glue that to the lip and barrel assembly as well. There's one more ring that I've cut from foam core board, and I'll add that to the lip assembly as well. Then I can prep and fit these finishing strips to cover the exposed foam core board edges. I'll fit these finishing strips to the stepped lip surfaces in two shorter pieces, rather than in one long strip that goes all the way around the wheel, and that just makes it easier to fit and hold while the glue dries. Each spoke gets a thick black poster board part glued to it like this, and these parts will help give the spokes their underlying form and strength. Now I'm adding some extra glue where each spoke meets the centre hub, and again that just helps to add some overall strength to the assembly. At this point, the rest of the process is about adding all the other details to the wheel face one by one. Each piece needs to be prepped by flattening the edges with my Sharpie pen, and then shaped and bent slightly, and glued in place carefully. This is the fun part actually, because I can really start to see the design of the wheel coming together. This part will create the tyre sidewall detail, and getting it positioned just right and so that it dries perfectly flat is super important. The last thing I need to do is glue these pieces to each side of every spoke. They'll hide the black cardboard structure underneath and just make the wheel generally look a bit more finished and polished and a lot nicer. And there is one finished wheel. And here's what it looks like from the inside. And here's a quick look at the gold lip version that I made. I think it looks alright, but personally I think I like the all black version better. But let me know in the comments which one you prefer. And here's the Gallardo with the wheels all fitted. Looks really good. So yeah, there we go, we've got wheels on the Gallardo. Made a huge difference to the look of the build, having wheels on the car finally. So yeah, really happy with that. Next videos will be all about building the interior bits and pieces, so make sure you check those out. And as usual, if you've got any questions about what I'm building here, or if you're building something similar yourself, I'd love to see some photos or some videos, so send me a link or some photos to matt@supercarmodels.com or DM me on Instagram, or yeah, again, just leave a comment below, that'd be awesome. So yeah, thanks for watching and see you in the next video.